Have you ever wondered what comes after the smartphone? For the last 15 years, this little rectangle of glass and metal has completely reshaped our lives, our work, and even how we think. But what's next? What new technology will define the next 15, 50, or even 100 years? Today, we're diving deep into the future, exploring the next frontier of personal computing. The smartphone era, kicked off by the original iPhone in 2007, is starting to show its age. Sure, new models come out every year with better cameras and faster chips, but the fundamental experience hasn't really changed. We're still tapping on a screen. The innovation curve is flattening, but don't mistake that for a lack of progress. In the background, tech giants and ambitious startups are racing to build the successor to the smartphone, and their visions are far more radical than just a foldable screen. The first major contender is augmented reality, or AR. Imagine a world where the digital information you need is UNT, trapped on a small screen in your pocket, but is overlaid directly onto your view of the real world. This isn't science fiction. It's the next big bet from companies like Meta and Apple. Let's start with Meta. Mark Zuckerberg has been talking about the metaverse for years, and while virtual reality headsets like the Quest are a big part of that, the long-term goal is AR glasses. They've already released the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. Right now, they can take photos, play music, and even live stream your point of view. They're a stepping stone, a way to get us comfortable with wearing technology on our faces. But Meta's true ambition is a pair of lightweight, all-day wearable glasses that can project realistic, interactive holograms into our environment. Think about it. Instead of looking down at your phone for directions, an arrow could appear on the sidewalk, guiding you to your destination. Instead of video calling a friend, their life-sized hologram could be sitting on the couch across from you. Your work setup wouldn't be limited to physical monitors. You could have dozens of virtual screens floating around you, wherever you are. This is a future where the digital and physical worlds merge seamlessly. And then there's Apple. As you'd expect, they're taking a different, more deliberate approach. They recently launched the Vision Pro, which they call a spatial computer. It is not quite the sleek pair of glasses we were dreaming of yet. Or like a high-tech ski goggle. But what it does is astonishing. It blends digital content with your physical space in a way that feels incredibly real. You can watch movies on a screen that feels 100 feet wide, arrange apps around your room, and interact with it all using just your eyes, hands, and voice. The Vision Pro is currently a developer kit for the rich, but it's a clear statement of Apple's direction. They are building the software, the user interface, and the ecosystem for a post-smartphone world. The hardware will inevitably shrink. Over the next decade, we can expect the technology inside the Vision Pro to get smaller, lighter, and more powerful, eventually fitting into something that looks and feels like a regular pair of glasses. When that happens, Apple won't just be selling a device. They'll be selling an entirely new way of interacting with technology in the world. So, on one hand, we have this incredible vision of augmented reality. It promises to make technology more intuitive, more present, and more integrated into our lives. But it also raises some serious questions. When your field of view is filled with advertisements, notifications, and virtual content, where does the real world end and the digital world begin? Who controls what you see? And what happens to privacy when companies can literally see the world through your eyes? As we get closer to this AR future, we need to have these conversations. We need to think about the rules and safeguards to ensure this technology serves humanity, rather than the other way around. But the push towards AR is just one possible future. There is another, even more ambitious and controversial technology on the horizon. The brain-computer interface, or BCI. And when you talk about BCIs, one name inevitably comes up. Elon Musk's Neuralink. Neuralink isn't about overlaying information on the world. It's about creating a direct link between the human brain and a computer. The idea is to implant a small device with ultra-thin threads into the brain. These threads can read, and eventually write, neural signals. Initially, the goal is medical. Neuralink has already conducted its first human trial, implanting the device in a quadriplegic patient. The results have been incredible. The patient, Nolan Darbo, can now control a computer cursor just by thinking. He can play video games, browse the internet, and communicate with the world in a way he couldn't before his accident. For people with paralysis, blindness, or other neurological conditions, BCs could be life-changing, restoring lost function and independence. This is a profoundly hopeful application of technology. But Musk's vision for Neuralink goes far beyond medical use. He talks about achieving symbiosis with artificial intelligence. He argues that as AI becomes exponentially more intelligent than humans, our only way to keep up is to merge with it. A brain-computer interface could, in theory, give us superintelligence. Imagine being able to download knowledge directly into your brain, or communicating with others via telepathy. It sounds like something straight out of a movie. This is where things get really complicated. A technology that can read our thoughts also has the potential to influence them. If a BCI can write information into our brain, who decides what gets written? Could our thoughts, our memories, our very sense of self be hacked or manipulated? The ethical and philosophical questions are staggering. So we have two potential paths diverging from the smartphone. One path, AR glasses, keeps the interface outside our bodies. It integrates the digital world with our perception of the physical world. The other path, the BCI, puts the interface inside our bodies. It integrates the digital world directly with our consciousness. Both promise incredible convenience and power, but they also pose fundamental challenges to what it means to be human. Think about the concept of choice. With AR glasses, will we be able to turn off the digital overlays? Or will we live in a constant stream of algorithmically curated reality? With a brain-computer interface, will our thoughts truly be our own? When a decision pops into your head, how will you know if it's your own authentic impulse, or a suggestion planted there by an algorithm designed to make you buy something? This isn't about being anti-technology, it's about being pro-humanity. The smartphone has already shown us how a powerful tool can reshape our society and our minds, for better and for worse. The technologies that come next will be infinitely more powerful. They won't just be tools we hold. They'll be extensions of our senses, our minds, and our very being. The future isn't a single path. It's likely a combination of these technologies, and others we haven't even imagined yet. We might wear AR glasses for daily tasks, while having a medical BCI to monitor our health. But as we stand at this crossroads, the most important thing we can do is stay informed and engaged. We need to ask the hard questions, demand transparency from the companies building this future, and advocate for regulations that protect our autonomy and our privacy. The next technological revolution is coming. Whether it leads to a utopia of enhanced human potential or a dystopia of digital control depends on the choices we make today. The future isn't just something that happens to us. It's something we all have a stake in building. What kind of future do you want to live in? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you found this thought-provoking, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the future of technology. See ya in the next one.